and welcome to Main Street Matters by Heart on Main Street, the podcast that believes recovery isn't just about rebuilding stores, it's about rebuilding hope. I'm your host, Patrick Keiser. This week, our team traveled to Western North Carolina, a region that is still feeling the effects of the devastating storm season where two retailers, really two families, are working every day to pick up the pieces and find their way forward. And thanks to your support, we got to deliver more than just a check. We brought them a message. You're not alone. We had the honor of making two very special donations to two incredible retailers who've been through more than most of us can really even imagine. This episode is about what happens after the storm and how support, both financial and emotional, can help light the way forward. The beauty of the Carolinas can sometimes hide the scars left behind by storms. One minute you're surrounded by mountain views, the next you're standing on a main street that looks like time has stopped the moment the water rose. Because of our itinerary for the day, I did not have a chance to go to Asheville, which has gotten a lot of national attention, but we did spend several hours in Chimney Rock. We were there in November of 2024 as well, and while the media, funding, and national attention has moved on, the town is still very much in recovery. There's been a lot of progress, don't get me wrong, but there's still so much more to be done. I felt it the first time that we visited, but it's hard to put into words just how unfathomable the destruction at Chimney Rock is, unless you're there and you can see it and process it. Driving into town, you see the destruction. Felled trees, remnants of rock slides, and the murky waters of Lake Lure, which served as kind of a disposal point for everything to wash into. All along, you're driving near a peaceful, serene river that comes and goes, out in and out of the view from the road. When you arrive in downtown Chimney Rock, you see a pleasant Main Street strip of stores that backs up and overlooks this river. It's tough to imagine how this river that's maybe 50 feet wide and sits at least 20 feet below street level could fill up a riverbed that's probably 400 feet wide and flow up to meet Main Street. I struggle to verbalize this imagery because it's truly unfathomable unless you're there and you can see what I'm talking about. Unfathomable really is the best word for it. You look and you think that there's no way that this little river down there did this, that it wiped out foundations, that it flooded stores, that it caused so much destruction. But the evidence is visibly there. It did. As the town has been in the process of rebuilding, they've created a makeshift detour road that allows you to drive onto part of the riverbed and avoid parts of the road that are being rebuilt. This was not there in November, so we saw the town from a different angle this time. You look up and you see buildings half hanging off a cliff where the rock face underneath it was just washed away. You feel small looking up at the town from the riverbed, and the constant question persists, how could this have happened? Again, we were not able to go to Asheville this time, but I'm hoping to organize a group very soon to go to help rebuild stores because I'm sure that I will find a similar scene. More feelings of disbelief and questions about how was this possible? For this trip, we met with two independent retailers, both of whom lost nearly everything during last year's brutal hurricane. And yet, they're still standing. Differently, but still standing. Their stories are hard to hear, but important. Insurance doesn't come close to covering the cost of recovering and repairing. Inventory was lost, foundations cracked, and left them with a future uncertain. But these just aren't business owners. They're community members. Their stores are where birthday gifts and wedding presents are bought, where neighbors gather, where a town finds its heartbeat. And that's why we were there. We visited two stores this week. Gabriel, which opened up a second location in Asheville in February of 2024, but is now operating out of that first location in Waynesville, North Carolina. and Willow Creek, which was originally located in Chimney Rock and is now in Forest City, operating as the Gift Cottage. Some of the cruel irony of Hurricane Helene is that some areas were absolutely devastated. Buildings washed away, the destruction just so present, and it's taking so long to recover from. Other areas, completely untouched. Both of these retailers were hit hard by the hurricane. They lost their storefronts, their inventory, their sense of stability. And yet, they're still here, still working, still hoping. And this week, with a little help from our partners and supporters, we brought them a little bit of relief. Heart of Main Street's mission is to bridge the gap between disaster and reopening. That gap is often where dreams die. We refuse to let that happen. Every dollar we give goes straight to the retailer. No red tape, no overhead, just real help when it's needed most. It was humbling. It was hopeful. It was a reminder that what we do, what you do, matters more than you think. We presented each store with $5,000 in donations, made possible by a fundraiser organized by the Link companies back in January. That fundraiser was spearheaded by the Link CEO, Brad Rosenkamp, who traveled with us to North Carolina this week to meet recipients in person. Brad's presence and commitment to the mission truly made the moment even more meaningful. But that wasn't all. Joining us on the trip was Beth Lewis, the owner of Old Time Marketplace in Madison, Indiana. Beth went above and beyond, driving down from Indiana, bringing with her approximately $5,000 worth of product donations for Willow Creek. These were items from her own store, hand-picked with care and generosity. She didn't just bring inventory, she brought kindness, solidarity, and a belief in the Main Street community. We delivered those products straight into the hands of Willow Creek's owner, Don Hastings, who accepted them with a mix of gratitude and disbelief and emotion. Because when you've lost almost everything, the smallest gift can feel like a lifeline. And this was not a small gift. I had the chance to interview Don about, everything that's happened since last September, and I want you to hear his story in his own words. So back in September, obviously, Chimney Rock and Willow Creek was affected by Hurricane Helene. Can you tell me about that day and what went on with your store?
Basically, it was the day before. Knew it was going to be a bad rainy day, and most people don't come out on rainy days at in a tourist destination. So I told my help, stay home. It's supposed to be raining real bad tomorrow. We'll see what it's like in the morning. Come on up. And actually, our power went out at the house, and I had gotten no information from anybody. And then my stepson came into my house and said, Chimney Rock's gone. He just said, it's gone. I wasn't able to come back up here for 2 weeks. They weren't allowed to let anybody come in for 2 weeks because they had to do recovery and all that stuff and get the roads safe and get the debris out of the way so that at least the emergency vehicles and things can travel through. I had two businesses, the Christmas Cottage and of course Willow Creek. Willow Creek building was salvageable. I rent it from the mayor, Peter O'Leary. I was renting the Christmas Cottage from a nice lady. Her name is escaping me right now. Miss Bonnie. Everybody knows her by Miss Bonnie, 96 years old lady. And her was knocked off the foundation. The building was condemned and had to be torn down. This one was gutted and refurbished through Spokes of Hope. All donated. Everything's donation that they're working through rebuilding the town with. The infrastructure, roads, water systems, everything has been replaced, and that was done through government and state and government assistance on that. The town itself, some of the businesses are over here at the Equestrian Center, and they are trying to keep things going over there with them until we can get back over here in here. I currently have a little shop myself down in Forest City, and we're trying to keep it afloat as well until we can get back up here and get back into the business. And they are saying, hopefully, Memorial Weekend, knock on wood, but we'll see. Hopefully.
It sounds like the community has really kind of rallied together to help out a lot. I know you've received fixtures, and our friends at Old Time Market have donated some product to you all. What has that been like to just see the community come together around this?
It's very good. I mean, a lot of folks, I mean, you take for granted people. A lot of times you see every day, you take for granted. And now to see what they're having to go through, you're having to go through the same thing, and it's all bringing us a little bit closer together. Like I said, the mayor personally came to me. I rent from him. He says, I want you to come back. Please come back. And so we're trying to do, he's wanting to keep the town together and to keep it going. So that's what we're going to try to do our part and be up here to do it. And this helps immensely.
And that's amazing to see the town come together. And so Heart on Main Street is able to make a donation to you all. Any idea of what you'd want that to go towards, or how it will help you rebuild and recover?
Main thing right now, we have, with what we have been able to sell in the other location, I was left holding $35,000 in inventory that I still owed other people. That was finally paid off this past week.
Congratulations.
And so this now is going to go towards the purchase of new equipment.
Good.
I mean, not new equipment, but new equipment, new inventory. That's where it's going to go. I've pretty much got enough display material now. So now I have to look at getting, computers, and because I lost all that, cash register and credit card machine, all that was lost in the flood. But it's going to go definitely for that, and for also helping to pay an employee to help me out so I don't have to work every day.
Well, we're happy to be a small part of your recovery. And again, I can't wait to see you reopen and all the great things that are in your future. So,
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Of course. Thank you.
You could tell from the emotion in Don's voice that it's hard to talk about this. It's hard to talk about how you lost everything, how your town was demolished, how people in your community passed. But there's also hope from how the community has come together and really been there for each other throughout this period. You could hear the construction going on in the background as Chimney Rock was being rebuilt, as construction crews are actively there working and getting the town back on its feet. What struck me most during this visit wasn't the destruction that these retailers had endured, though that was immense. It was their strength, their grace, their refusal to give up, and their desire to keep going despite everything that's happened. Gabriel, store run by Jose Gabriel, had to close its Asheville location due to the storm damage. Thankfully, he and his partner still have their store in Waynesville to operate out of. He's adapting, adjusting, building something new from the foundation that he lost. I also spoke to Jose about his experience since Hurricane Helene and what that's been like for him.
So last September, Hurricane Helene came in and it impacted really the whole western North Carolina and especially your store in Asheville. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of what that day was like and everything that kind of surrounded the event?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were traveling that day. We were traveling back into Charlotte, and we knew that the hurricane was coming through, but we honestly did not realize the devastation that it was going to leave behind until we landed. And in our GPS, we put our address in, and it said it was going to take us 7.5 hours to get to Asheville.
Which should be 2.5, right? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So we knew that it was a really serious thing. Yeah. So we got home. We had two stores at the time, Asheville and Waynesville, which is where we are right now. This store did not have that much damage, so we were very blessed with that. It took us 3 days before we could even get anywhere near Asheville or any kind of communication. We thought, honestly, we would be okay because we know the Biltmore Village area, and we are slightly removed
Okay.
from where the river kind of runs through, and we are like 6 feet above street level.
Okay.
And then 3 feet more to get into our store.
So
But
you're
even
elevated, a good bit.
way elevated.
Yeah.
We're like, you know what? I think we're okay. We probably got some trees or something in the way, but I think for the most part we're all right. Well, long story short, when we were finally able to arrive, we saw the mark on the wall
my
on the
gosh.
wall
Yeah.
of water, which is 5 feet, which means it had to be 12 feet deep at least to get to that level.
Wow.
So that was heart-wrenching because we
Yeah.
had just opened that store at the beginning of the year, February to be
Yeah.
exact. So yeah.
So yeah, that whole area. I mean,
whole
I mean,
area.
you all were a little bit spared as being elevated, but it's still, 5 feet
Yeah,
of water
there was
throughout
no-
the store. There was nothing that.
Honestly, in that whole Biltmore Village, if you were in the village, you were affected. And
Wow.
it wasn't just a little water here or there, it was serious.
Wow.
And as everybody knows, the economic impact has been debilitating. Huge places like the Biltmore State was affected. The Grand Bohemian Hotel, I think they're scheduled to open later this year, so
Okay.
they're coming back. But a lot of the businesses like us, we have to just collect the pieces and move on because
Yeah.
this is our livelihood.
Yeah.
It's not a hobby.
Yeah. So what has recovery been like with the Asheville store? Is there? What's that?
We're just kind of at a wait and see. We have not been able to recover any losses through insurance or anything like that. So we don't have the funds right now to reopen. And then to reopen in that same space, that space is still being dried out.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
mean, it's got silver pipes coming out of the windows to air out. They're still rebuilding. So even if we wanted to go back, I would say it's at least 6 to 8 months away
Okay.
before
And
we could even consider going back.
Wow, and we're 6 to 8 months removed from that. 6 months removed from that. So we're
Yeah, so we're we take it one day at a time. We have the stores here that keep us busy and help Asheville in any way we can because we want. That's an important part of this Western North Carolina
Absolutely.
area.
Yeah. So I feel like the community response to within Asheville and outside, there's been a lot. What has that been of just the community trying to help out other businesses in the area?
It's been huge. A lot of so one of our neighbors, which is Gardner's Cottage, she's been doing little pop-ups at other businesses
Okay.
in Asheville,
Yeah.
which I thought was really cool that they would pick up and
Yeah.
help her out and say, well, come here and show your wares and sell whatever you can. It's not the same as having a store, but
Sure.
she's doing something and she's going to come back. She will rebuild and come back. And she was our neighbor. Aside from that, we have a lot of Asheville residents that are now coming to
Okay.
us
Yeah.
because their retail has been devastated. So,
Yeah.
and it helps it kind of helps everybody in the area. And then we go to Asheville all the time. And if you're open or reopening, we line up and help them out. It's all about, every
Being
dollar
there.
makes a difference.
Absolutely, right.
So-
And that's the biggest thing of this is being there for those stores that can reopen. And I know there's been a loss of tourism there. There's been a lot of loss of business. So being there for those communities and for the small businesses that are able to be there.
Absolutely. And the most important message is, yes, we've had some losses, but there are still some amazing areas here
Yeah.
to come and see
Yeah.
and participate. And then you'll see the changes along the way. 'Cause
Exactly, yeah.
Rebuilding brings change, which is exciting.
Yeah.
So.
And Waynesville being a gorgeous area to come and
Waynesville's
see.
a great town.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So donation to J. Gabriel, what does that mean for you all to help you out, or what do you think that can go towards to help you rebuild?
So we kind of take a little fund, and every time we recover, and I will say this is the first that we've received.
Yeah.
So thank you again
Of course. Yeah.
to both Hearts on Main and to the link companies. We want to put that aside and just with the hope of being able to do something in the future.
Good.
So that is a huge hope. Like I said, every dollar counts.
Yeah.
So we're still, going through the struggle of the insurance companies and what we are able to get from them and all that. We'll see where that ends up.
Well, we can't wait to see you guys reopen, and I'm really looking forward to everything in your future.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much. I
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Of course. Thank
Pleasure.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
We are incredibly grateful for the generosity that made this week possible. If you've ever wondered what your donation does, this is it. It brings stores back to life. It supports livelihoods. It strengthens communities. You can help us continue this work, whether you donate directly, share our mission, or partner with us like Brad and Beth did. You are part of their story. If you're going to be heading to Dallas this summer for the Dallas Total Home and Gift Show in June, keep an eye out for our special fundraising event, One Night, One Heart. We'll be working with showrooms to raise more funds to help more stores, and we would love for you to be part of it. To Jose and Don, thank you for your courage and your heart. To Brad and Beth, thank you for showing what leadership and generosity look like. And to every listener, thank you for believing in Main Street. Until next time, I'm Patrick Keiser. Stay inspired, stay local, stay hopeful, and keep your heart on Main Street. For more information about Heart on Main Street, you can visit www.heartonmainstreet.org. And if you'd like to reach out, you can email contact@heartonmainstreet.org. Thank you so much. Bye.